Unemployed people are the happiest.
Unemployed people are the happiest people on earth. This is the problem. No job equals no money, but having a job equals no time. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, this has been a problem. Yeah, you can make some money working 8 hours.
Okay. Unemployed people are the happiest. No. I don't think so. Just off the simple fact that making money makes a lot of people happy. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys everything else. And everything else is the things that's going to make you happy. So, I think that, like, yeah, while you're going to this job that you probably don't like, you're getting paid for it. And while a lot of people got to pay bills and got to do this, a lot of people also, they have their fun time, whether it's going out, they have a gaming system, they have something else to do that brings them happiness. And when you're unemployed and you can't make those moves, like when you have no form of income, you can't do the things you want to do. You don't want to go out because you don't have money to spend. You don't want to, you can't do any of the things you want to do because you can't buy the equipment, or you can't even buy the things to make the equipment to DIY it. Because even DIY, like, you got to use stuff you have in your household. And if you don't have the proper stuff, so money is a big playing factor. I do think that people that are employed are more happy than people that are unemployed. But unemployed people do get more time, which, could be okay, especially if you get your happiness from spending time with family and friends and whatnot. But yeah, that's what I think about it.
12 hours, hell, even 13 hours, selling your time for money. That might be worth it at the time because, hey, I need some money, I'll sell them my time. The whole point of a job is to sell your time for money. Take the money, do what you gotta do with that money. This is what they want to sell you. Work 45 years for 15 years of freedom. Are you fucking kidding me right now? 45 for 15? Everyone here went to kindergarten. 45 for 15. Homeboy, you're getting robbed, dog. You're getting robbed of your time, energy, and youth, bruh. Those 15 years of freedom are gonna be you shitting and farting.
What was that?
Begging for it to end, waiting around to die.
Why is there a
Guys,
face down there?
I saw a YouTube video of a dude who was a ski bum, basically being homeless and just chilling at a ski resort with the homies, looking for food, looking for what he's gonna do today, just living in the moment. That's literally how humans are supposed to live. We're not supposed to be working in a machine, in a cog. We're not supposed to be crammed up in offices. Doing labor tasks, stuff that's physical, isn't as bad mentally because you're active, you're sweating, you're being active. But I'm not gonna lie, construction is literally hell on earth, especially if you work in the desert. It's not for everybody. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. You're breaking your back every day.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
You get paid very good money, but you're breaking your back every day.
Listen though. Construction would go crazy if you had like some friends in construction too, and y'all all like doing construction. That would go crazy. I feel like that would make it fun. Like, the only thing that I can think of that's really bad for construction is the amount of time, the physical burden, and like the weather, which I guess it goes into physical burden because, I mean, it gets hot, bro. Like, it gets hot in summertime. It gets hot. Global warming is a thing. And you're out there, but, some comical relief, some humor from either friends or maybe coworkers that you became friends with, I feel like that would make it all cool. Plus, I mean, pretty sure construction people, they don't get paid the best, but they do be getting some money. They get enough money.
Loiters, people who don't have a typical 9 to 5, they're the happiest people on earth because they live on their own terms. They're living in the moment. They're doing what they want to do. That's basically what humans are meant to do. We're supposed to be here. You don't have to earn any validation. You don't have to earn anything. The fact that you exist means you have a birthright, to exist in itself, bro. You don't have to do anything. The system has created a whole bunch of weird circumstances where people have to work to live.
What's good with this rat thing, bro? Where have I seen this?
You're gonna get taxed. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. Unless you're a genius and save up all your money, buy land, grow your own food, get your own water, have your own cattle, have your own resources, become ungovernable. That's the main goal. Being unemployed is fun because you don't have to serve anybody, but you serve no master except yourself. Yeah, maybe you're gonna have to make some money. I mean, just go sweep outside for like 10-15 minutes at a local shop there. You got 20 bucks right there. Go do what you want. Go to the beach, go chill, go start a YouTube channel, go start a vlogging channel, do this and that, bro. Like, becoming a bum is the way, bro. Would you rather be a bum or work?
He's actually like convincing people to become a bum. Don't become a bum, bro. There's so much money in the world to be made. Yes, you see all these things about how the United States is in debt, $1 trillion of debt. Bro, that has not, like, in the grand scheme of things, yes, it has something to do with you, but it has nothing to do with you, bro. There is so much money out there, bro. There is so much money out there to be made, and there are so many ways to make it. It is 2025. You could be a bum and still make a lot of money. Now you're not a bum. Like, there, don't 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 listen to what he's currently saying. He's trolling. There's money to be
From the
made out
ages
there
of
for
5
you.
to 50
Trust.
are your most fruitful years of energy, bro. Like, that's when you have the most energy to do things, to change your circumstances, to create a new life for you and your family. From the ages of 18 to 65, you have two options: play the game or don't play at all. Playing the game is a general term because you could work a 9 to 5, start a business, you could scam, you can do this, you can do that, you can provide value. Possibilities are endless. Nonetheless, if you live in society, you have to play the game. It's non-negotiable. If you don't want to play, go ahead, be homeless, be a bum. Choose happiness, choose your time. Now, people like us, we want more. We don't want to just work repetitive jobs that make other people rich. No, we want to help our families. We want to retire our parents. We want to give back to the world. We want to have meaning. We want to know that what we're doing has value and it helps people. We want to be needed. That's basically the whole point of life. We want to feel needed. If we don't feel needed, then why the fuck are we here? One day I was walking in school and realized, oh shit, bro, I have free will. I stopped going to class.
Okay. Hold on, I'll click back real quick. I don't think that really goes together. I don't feel needed. So if I'm not needed, why am I here? Type of thing. I when it comes to existing and living, I don't think that's how that works at all. You don't have to be needed to be somewhere you're wanted, if that makes sense. Just because you're not, someone doesn't need you there doesn't mean you don't need to be there or be here. You know what I mean? He was saying, well, if we're not needed, then why are we here? Why not? You don't need to be needed. And I understand the want to be. I understand wanting to be feel like you're needed. It's a very satisfying feeling when you feel like someone needs you, but that shouldn't be your purpose of, like, living and moving forward.
I was walking in school and realized, oh shit, bro, I have free will. I stopped going to classes. All I did was go to the gym. Didn't even do any homework. I basically just failed an entire semester every single class because all I was doing was using the university's gym, going to the library, making videos, walking around campus, contemplating life. Like, damn, what's this about? What's the plan? Where am I headed? What's my...
So, okay, this video is actually gonna make me mad. Wait, what's happening? So he's saying he was in class and was like, oh, I have free will. Like, I don't have to be here. And he just decided to not go to class, just go to the gym and fail his semesters. That's not how that should work. And I feel like that always happens when people are like, oh, I have free will. And then they go do something bad or they go do something stupid. Bro, exercising your free will does not mean you have to go do something stupid. You could be like, oh yeah, I have free will. Okay, you're sitting in class and you're like, dang, bro, I really don't feel like doing this. Your free will says, I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to do it because I know it's going to help me pass this class and I need this class for something else. You know what I mean? You're still exercising your free will. In fact, you going and saying, oh, I have free will, I'm not going to do this. Now that you're not doing it and you're failing those classes, when does that turn back on and like, oh, I have free will, let me lock back in on these classes? When does that happen? You know what I mean? I feel like every time someone's like, oh, I realize I have free will, they just either go and slack off or do something stupid. I don't think that should be the case.
I was at university wearing a blindfold and shooting a dartboard of what's my career. Dead ass. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get this random degree and hopefully it all works out. That's how you shoot yourself in the foot. If you're in college and have a set plan and know what you want to do with your degree, keep going. It's meant for you because you have a plan. You have a purpose and a direction. But for the majority of people that go to college, they don't even know what they're doing. They're just going there for the party experience. They're just going there because their parents told them to go. Society told them to go.
This part
School
is
in general
very
is to
true.
prepare you just to work the 9 to 5. Again, there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 if you have a plan. Work 5 to 10 years, save up your money, start a business, save up your money, invest, whatever you want to do, as long as you have a plan. The system is designed to where you get comfortable of working that 9 to 5, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then on the weekends just blow it all away, drink, smoke, go crazy, go to the strip club, go to HK, go to Hong Kong, waste all my money so the cycle repeats itself.
That
You just
image
work
was
all
insane.
week so you can have a little bit of fun for the weekend. That's a terrible deal, bro. You're sacrificing your dreams and goals. But if you want to live that life, go for it, bro. I'm not knocking you. If you want to be a 9 to 5 bot slave, I'm not knocking you as long as you're happy and you're doing
He's
what you want
knocking
to
you,
do.
bro. He
But
just
for the
called you
rest
a
of us
bot
that see the
slave.
scam, see the lie, we want to provide value to the world. We want to retire our parents. I don't know what your goals are, but I know for a fact you don't want to be making other people richer and get screwed over in the end. Do you want to get screwed over? Hell no. So what are you gonna do? Become unemployed? No. Have a plan. That's all I'm saying. When I mean unemployed people are the happiest people on earth, is because they live on their own terms. They do what they want to do. The word employed means you work for someone else. Yes, self-employed means you work for yourself, but at the end of the day, it means you're unemployed. You don't work for a job. You don't work for a corporation. If you work a job right now and have a
That's not how that works. That's not how that logic works. He said that employed means you work for someone else. Self-employed means you work for yourself, so that you're technically unemployed. What are you yapping about, brother? Uh, being employed, yes, it means that you're working for someone else, but the way he's wording it makes it seem like you're slaving for someone else to make them richer. Bro, that's the whole point of a job, which I don't know, maybe if you've ever led any type of business oriented thing or just any leadership thing, is when you want something done, right? Like he said, stack your money, start a business. So when you go out and start your business, you realize that you can't do everything by yourself. And you know that you can't share your idea with someone else, because you should never share your idea. It could get taken, stolen, flipped, all that things. So you need someone to help you for a specific task without telling them your entire plan, entire goal, and without overspending on them. So you hire people, you pay them, you employ them to do a certain task for you for a certain amount of time that will help you build your business. You being self-employed is you saying, okay, I'm going to start this business and I know that I can do this, this, and this all on my own. I don't need to employ anyone. I don't need help from anyone. Or if you do have help from someone, it's not a lot of people, maybe 2 or 3 people, maybe 10. It's not a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it's still like a smaller business that you run. It's still self-employed. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're still, at the end of the day, self-employment, you're still employed is what I'm saying. Unemployed means, like he said, you don't work for anyone, including yourself. You're not working for yourself. You running around and doing all this other stuff, being a bum, isn't working for yourself. Working for yourself is bringing in revenue. It's bettering your life. It's bettering your health. It's bettering your energy. You know what I mean?
have a boss, there's nothing wrong with that because you have a plan. You know what you want to do. You have a plan to escape. You do not want to stay there. There's nothing wrong with being a janitor, a construction worker, a police officer. Those people help society run. They keep society. If it weren't for them, society would crumble. Dead ass. But I'm saying unemployed people are the happiest people on earth. If you ask most of these people in the 9 to 5s, most of them say, yeah, my job is pointless. I'm just trying to get through the day. But the ones who work a 9 to 5 and have a goal and a vision and a purpose and a dream, they get through the day very quickly. They get through the day enthusiastically because they know
I
it
agree
all
with
matters.
this. I agree.
You see what I'm saying? That's where the happiness comes from. That's where the purpose is, bro. It's all going towards something bigger. He's putting ice cream in his face because he gets to do what he wants. Granted, he might be loitering, he might be disturbing the peace, but he's happy doing what he wants. It's not about not working. You have to work. Even if you don't have a job and you're a bum on the street, you have to work to get your food. You have to work to get your water, work to bathe. There's work everywhere. It's about choosing the type of work you want to do. Do you want to make other people richer, or do you want to make yourself and your family richer? And it's not about money. It's about value and purpose and having a...
And again, he's saying, okay, again, he had brought it up. Do you want to make other people richer, or do you want to make yourself and your family richer? Now, is he saying richer as in money or richer as in happiness? Because richer as in money, you're going to work for someone else. That is just how it works. It is not very common for someone to not work for anyone ever and just immediately make their own money and come up with a way to make their own business and not have to work for anyone just straight off the jump. You need to build experience. It's not even just saying that in the common era, even in the past, like before there were all these jobs like this, you needed to build experience before you could go out on the hunt. You needed to build experience. You needed to learn from someone else. Humans, that is why we are on top. We can learn from each other, right? So you need to work for someone else. That's why so many jobs ask for experience. That's why so many people seek this degree or whatever, because they know you have the knowledge to do the job. You are going to have to work for someone else to make your family richer. In the Big 25, there are a lot of ways you can get around that. I mean, streaming, YouTube. You blow up, you can start making money all on your own. But catch this, you're still working for someone. You're working for YouTube. You're working for Twitch. It's not the same type of employment because, yeah, you're making your own money. But at the end of the day, they're taking a cut of that money to keep this platform going, to keep you up. Okay, I don't know how else you do that. You would need a streaming platform. Yes, you are still making your own money, but they're taking a cut because they're pushing the content out there. They're giving you a platform to be yourself. You know what I mean? So you're still working for someone else. You're still making other people more money, but at the same time you're making yourself money. So it's not really something to just be like, oh, yeah, y'all want to do this, but we don't want to do that. We want to make our families richer. How are you going to make your family richer? How are you going to make yourself richer without working for someone else? Without learning from someone else? Without gaining experience from someone else? You know what I mean?
Make yourself and your family richer. And it's not about money, it's about value and purpose and having a meaning and a purpose. Fulfillment. That's what I'm getting at. It's fulfillment.
Okay, he's getting to, okay. So, avoid everything I just said. He's talking about the other one. He's talking about purpose and fulfillment. I understand that money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy everything else. You can be fulfilled with your family and the time you spend stargazing or whatever you do in your free time. Spending your time the way you want to spend your time can be fulfilling, but also at a point, for most people, that doesn't last. Maybe you could go a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months living like that, but eventually you're going to want to do something else, because time to us, it runs differently for everyone. Some people, and I know you've probably seen them, they just have a van, or maybe they don't have a van, maybe they have a bike, or maybe they don't have any mode of transportation, but they have some form of making just enough money to travel around, move around. They kind of do whatever they want. They literally wake up and they go, dang, I don't really have any plans for today. What should I do? Next thing you know, they're in Japan. Next thing you know, they're going upstate. They're doing all of this. And it seems like they're having a lot of fun. But most of the time, those people are by themselves. They're constantly making new acquaintances around places because they're just talking to people. And not everyone can live that lifestyle. If everyone lived that lifestyle, we wouldn't have a functioning society. So yes, it can be, you can live like this and live a fulfilling life, but, and I mean, it's your life, do what you want, but eventually you're gonna go, dang, if I had some money, if I had a little more money, I could live like this, or I could live like this. Because most of those people that live that lifestyle, they're choosing it. And I put it in air quotes because you're choosing to do that because you don't have the funds to do what you really want to do. I guarantee most of the people that live like that just they kind of live on their own terms, as he was saying, if you gave them $1 million, they wouldn't continue to do that stuff. And if they did, they'd be doing it on their private land that they just bought with all that money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Money makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, some unemployed people feel fulfilled. And there's people out there who don't even want to play the game. They just said, I don't care about making money. I don't care about nothing. I just care about having the best day of my life every day, which is hats off to you, bro. That's how everybody should live.
How are you supposed to do that with no funds? You're telling me the best day of your life is going to come from something that had nothing to do with money. You weren't out somewhere. You didn't have to pay to go somewhere. Maybe you're at your house, but guess what? Who's paying to live for that house? Your family? The same family you said you want to make richer? You wanna be fulfilled with your family that you're living with, and you're not paying for the house that you're living in? Money is somewhere in this. That's all I'm saying.
Live to an extent, but if you actually want to retire your parents, you have a plan for your family's legacy, this and that, you're gonna have to get some money. It's part of the game. Again, do you want to play the game or do not want to play the game?
Time to play the game!
Every
Okay.
time I see people loitering, I'm like,
I like what
damn,
he
bro,
just said there, by the way.
That's the way to live, bro. Like, it's hype. Again, you're born here on Earth. You matter. You have rights as a human. You have a right to live. You have a right to be fulfilled and wanted. But the system is created to where you have to pay to eat, pay to sleep at a certain spot, aka a house, an apartment. You have to pay for a certain spot to be. You have to pay for utilities. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. You have to pay to shit. You have to pay to wipe. You have to pay to cry. You have to pay to drink, you have to pay to eat, you have to pay to do this. Fuck that. Your time is the most valuable thing on earth, more than gold, silver, diamonds, gems, anything. Your time cannot be given back to you. Every human on earth has the same 24 hours. Whatever you do with that time will 110% affect your future. If you want to be a bum all day and choose happiness, fine. It's going to come at a cost. You're going to have to worry about what you're going to do tomorrow. Instead of sacrificing 45 years for 15, sacrifice 5 years for 60 years of freedom. Those 5 years are going to be you locking the fuck in, laser focusing. What do you want to do? Where are you headed? What's the future look like? What's your 5 to 10 year plan? Those 5 years are going to be me, fuck everybody else. If you want to help the world, help yourself. If you want to help the world, be the best version of you. If you want to help your family, be the best version of you.
Okay, he's spinning right now.
If you're a better
He's
person,
spinning right now.
it's going to be a better world. Those 5 years of sacrifice are going to test whether or not you want to play the game right and actually win in the end, or you just don't want to play at all and you want to lose and cry about it. I felt so free knowing that nobody cares, the universe doesn't care about you or what you do until you decide, where the fuck am I gonna go? Where am I headed? What am I gonna do today to make a better tomorrow? Guys, nobody cares. At the end of the day, nobody cares. So choose. What do you want to do? I'm not gonna tell you what you should do. I don't care what the fuck you do. You can work a 9 to 5. You can do this. You can do that. You can be an entrepreneur. You can be a bum on the street. I don't care what you do. What does you? What is that person? What is the God within you? What does the kingdom of heaven want within you? What do you want? Where do you find joy, peace, and fulfillment? That's the kingdom of heaven on earth right there. That's the kingdom of God within you. Listen to me, bro. I don't know who you are, what you're going through, what your life looks like, but I'll tell you this. We're here for a reason. Never forget that. What you do with that reason, find that goal, find that mission. Find the thing you get excited for. What excites you when you wake up, you're like, damn, I get to do this. And don't say something dumb like cocaine, hookers, this and that. Alright, if that makes you happy.
GG's, bro. If that was your response to what he just asked you, seek therapy. You're an addict.
You're gonna be happy for like maybe max a year or two, but then you're gonna be like, damn, this gets old.
Look, okay, yeah, he's hitting a lot of points I was saying. Like before when he was talking about you gotta pay to do this, you gotta pay to do that, you gotta pay for literally everything. So being unemployed is damn near not even an option. And right now he's saying how, yeah, you might like to do this, but it's only gonna last you a year or two. Then you're gonna want to do something else. And guess what? You gotta pay to do that, you gotta pay to do that, you gotta pay to do that. Don't be a bum, bro. Like he said, 5 for 60, bro. Lock in for 5 years of your life so you can have 60 to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I agree, bro. Don't waste time chasing short forms of happiness, bro. Short forms of fulfillment. You may love to do that, but it's only going to last you so much time before you want to do something else. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does last you your entire life. But I guarantee you it's going to be harder to enjoy if you don't have a way to get rid of all the other obstacles in your way. And what makes those obstacles go away? Money, bro. Also, side note, after saying that, like, there are people out here that have enough money to where they're just like, yeah, I can make all your problems disappear. And he means it because he has that much money. You could get to that level, bro. You could get there. 5 years of locking in. 5 for 60, bro. I agree with that. I'm finna start saying that. 5 for 60, bro. Lock in for 5 years so you could have 60 years to do whatever you want, bro.
Happy. You're gonna be happy for like maybe max a year or two, but then you're gonna be like, damn, this gets old. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, going to school, going to university, as long as you have a plan. Have a plan, scan the environment, and execute.
Appreciate it. Yeah, if y'all enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, you know. I'm uploading every Friday. I might do another day, might do like Mondays do. trying to get some gaming content, trying to work on some songs, trying to just push everything out there. Really offer myself up. But yeah, appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.